We only have one rule on the show, Megan.
Okay.
No cap.
No cap. Got it.
Right? Not allowed, not even a little bit.
Not even a little. Okay.
Can you promise to do that for us today? Yo, what's up, YouTube? My name is Shisha Zed. I am back in here with another No Cap show for you guys. The show with the people that tell the most lies on YouTube, man. We've got a new guest with us here today. Please introduce yourself to the people. Let them know your name, your age, and where you're from.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for having me. I'm Megan. I am 23 and I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
Cool. How long have you been in Atlanta?
I've been in Atlanta my whole life. I'm a Georgia peach.
Okay, that's what's up, man. So today we're doing another Kevin Samuels reaction video. You guys already know what it is, man. This has been something that's been consistent. Why? Because I realize that I'm always shocked at my guests' perspectives. Once in a while, we'll get somebody that tells the truth, but we only have one rule on the show, Megan.
Okay.
No cap.
No cap. Got it.
Right? Not allowed, not even a little bit.
Not even a little. Okay.
Can you promise to do that for us today?
I can do that.
Okay. I'm gonna hold you up to it, man. I've had a lot of people come here and lie to my face.
No, I'm not a liar.
I mean?
I got you.
So today's video is called Girl Hang Up, He's So Trash, Big Shirley's Burial Plan, and IG Live Gone Wild. Now, are you familiar with Kevin Samuels at all, Megan?
Yes, I am very familiar with Kevin Samuels.
Okay, cool. So we both watched the video, and basically we had a lady, she came on to talk to Kevin. She was 30 years old, and he asked her, can you leave peacefully with a man, submit to a man, and then the last thing he said, she didn't like at all, play the background.
Can you live in peace with a man? Can you submit to a man? Can you play the background?
When you say play the background, what do you mean play the background?
Play your natural role.
My natural role in being a wife?
Yes, the background.
I don't think a natural role as a wife is in the background.
Show me where in the world a natural wife is in front.
She's not in front, but she's beside.
No, she's not.
Why she's not, Kevin?
Are you out of your French toast mind?
Don't start. Don't do that now, Kevin. I'm just giving you my opinion.
Right? And that's when things kind of started to fall apart. And she didn't like that background reference. It kind of threw everything off, and then the show started right there.
Oh my
Tell
God.
me how, am I too masculine for it?
Oh my God. Hell yeah. Your place, oh my God, hold on. Why are you out of place? I'm telling you why you're out of place.
Tell me how.
Your place is behind your husband, guarding the children.
Right.
Overall, just that whole video, what was your opinion about it?
So my opinion on it, especially with the playing the background, I don't really think that's a problem as far as knowing your role in a relationship, because with Kevin's point, there's a lead and then there's someone that follows. So naturally, as a woman, we want someone to lead and guide us and be the head of the relationship in the family. So as a woman, it's kind of our role to follow. And, that doesn't mean we're beneath him. It just means that our role is to support. And I feel like, to me, that's an honor. And that's what I like to do in my relationship.
Hey guys, I didn't pay her to say that, man. I didn't pay her to say that. Speaking facts. Okay, now, welcome to the No Cap Show. You're the first person in a long time to actually keep it real. Okay, cool. So you personally, you don't have any problems with a man who leads?
No, not at all. I'm currently in a relationship right now with, I guess we would consider a high value man, and that is our dynamic, and that works beautifully for us.
You're happy?
Yes, I'm very happy.
And you know what? Here's the truth, man. Like, I just had a lady come on a guest. I think it was yesterday, right?
Okay.
And what I noticed is, like, the women who tend to not have problems with this are either women who are open-minded and already are peaceful people, and also women who already have men, because they understand how that works.
For sure.
The girls that are sitting there like, oh no, why can't I be right besides my man, right? Why do I have to play the background? Those are usually women who haven't seen a man enter their life in like years, right?
For sure.
Or months, or they're in the situationships. And
Yes.
that's telling in itself to me, you know what I mean? Because the truth is, there are certain power dynamics within relationships that I'm like shocked at why some women just don't get it. In fact, most women don't understand. Here's my question to you, because I'm curious. And I know people come on this channel and probably think like, I just do this purely for entertainment. And that's not it, guys. Here's the truth. These are real problems that are affecting real people's lives, right? At the end of the day, real people are being affected when they are selfish and they don't understand those power dynamics within a relationship. There has to be a head for things to work smoothly. Here's my question to you. Why do you think that women struggle with that when they hear that like submit or like play the background role?
I will say, as far as Black women, because, you know, I'm a Black woman, I feel like they don't always grow up seeing that dynamic. And they struggle with the thought of, I could be submissive, I can be soft, because they grow up in a situation where they have to be hard. Or, you know, I feel like, unfortunately, some Black women just naturally are, not naturally, but they're just combative and they don't really want to be in the quote unquote background, because I guess it makes them feel inferior. So
Gotcha.
I feel like if you have a father figure, maybe you see that dynamic. You have a father, like I have my father and mother in the house. So I grew up seeing that. So it's just natural.
So here's my real question, right? When they hear the truth, right, spoken on platforms like this, why is it hard to accept that, do you think, for women, right? We understand we've all had like a hard past and all those other things. Like, why do you think when that truth gets presented to them, and it obviously makes sense, like 1 + 1 = 2, you see other people's relationship dynamics, like yourself, ladies such as yourself, you know, you're cooperating with the man, you're obviously, I'm assuming you're happy. Why do you think they can't swallow that pill of truth?
I don't think they want to do the work. I think they really just want to stay complicit with how they are, and they don't expect to do the work to get the results that they want.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense, because it is a lot of work a lot of times.
For sure.
Especially when you get down to like things like losing weight, right? That's when it gets hard for a lot of different people. It's not easy. I've done it myself, you know what I mean? And I'm sure anybody that's been through that transformation, but yes, you have to do some work. You have to become a different person.
For sure.
I would think that if they just hear the statistics of like 1 out of 4 women getting married, that would scare them. Maybe when they're by themselves, like they think about that stuff.
I think maybe when they're by themselves, because when I will bring that up to some of my girlfriends, they'll be like, oh, well, then I'm just not meant to get married, or you know, they'll say things like that, just like, you know, downplaying it. And I'm like, oh, are you sure? Because they're young. You know, I'm only 23. Most of my friends are like between, you know, 22, 27. So maybe they don't have that urgency, but I feel like it's going to kick in like after 30.
Do you think it's easier for people who kind of receive this message earlier on?
Yes. Oh, yes, for sure. When you're younger, you're more open-minded about these type of things. And for certain women that are a little bit older, I'm going to be careful with my words, but when you're...
Keep it real.
When you're an older woman and you're not, you know, you're no longer in your quote-unquote prime, they might be a little salty or offensive about it. So they just want to like dismiss all the information because they... You know, they're not young and
they don't want to they don't want to do that work. Well, they're not young, you know.
Okay.
It makes sense. It's the same thing with the RP, which I don't know if you've seen any of my other videos kind of explaining what that is.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, same thing. Like a man eventually gets to a point where he realizes that, hey, I become a man by what I come into this life and do and focus on, right? The hard work I put in. That's what makes me a man, staying on my purpose. And life isn't a fairy tale. Women aren't going to come to me when I don't have resources. Women aren't going to want me if I don't have game. And all these other things. Men are made. And some men never realize that, and they never want to accept that, and they want to sit there and blame life and circumstances, and they want to say, oh man, you know, my problem in life are women. You know, I get a lot of those guys in my comments, and your problems in life are not women, right? Your problems in life are you. You have to make yourself the type of man that other women find attractive. I'm the same way with men, and I think a lot of people just see me talk about women a lot, and they don't think I think the same way with a lot of men. I don't think anybody should be unreasonable, because to me, that's just straight delusion when I hear that woman.
Sure.
Another thing that she said that stood out to me was something about how she's not going to settle.
Because you've been sold a Disney fantasy that you should be happy, instead of understanding that you have duty, honor, respect, and you chose to be in a relationship, especially when you decided to make a baby with somebody. You need to stay for more than just yourself. French toast your happiness.
So I should settle?
No, you should. Are you a Christian?
I'm not.
Well, have you been married?
No, I haven't.
You plan on getting married?
I would like to.
What vows do you plan on taking?
I don't want to settle for nothing less.
What vows do you plan on taking?
I plan on...
For better, for worse, sickness and health, the rich or poor, till death do us part. Then he says shit about happiness.
What do you think about that?
When it comes to, you know, settling, I feel like women have this expectation that their future partner has to be perfect. And it's okay to want, you know, a quality partner, but you have to like look in the mirror and understand that, you know, what you attract is a reflection of who you are. So if you're not getting the results, maybe take a step back, look within and say, okay, well, this guy over here, he's not looking at me, but maybe I can give this nice man a chance. You know, there's nothing wrong with, you know, I don't really think it's settling. I think
it's not settling.
It's not.
And I'm glad you said that, right? It's being realistic a lot of the times.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what's crazy. I just recently did a poll, right, on my YouTube community page. And I asked a question based on Kevin Samuels' rating system. How much would you go down in looks to get cooperation from a woman?
Okay.
And you'd be surprised, right? Most of the guys said they will take an average looking woman who is cooperative.
Okay.
And to me, that just was reasonable. I sat there and I went, you know, that's a reasonable thing to say. And that's how much, if women ever wonder how much men love cooperative, just pleasant women, that's how much it means to them, is that they will go down in looks for cooperation, right? But you turn around and ask those same women that call into Kevin Samuels' show, and you ask them what they want from a man, a good man who's going to provide for them and just basically show up and do his job. They all want six-figure men.
Of course.
They all want men who at least make, you know, 100,000 more. Majority of them want that. And to me, that's where the delusion that I see happens a lot of the times, is that you have a lot of men who are like, okay, you want this, but what are you bringing to the table?
Right.
The lady, for example, she had 2 kids by 2 different baby daddies talking about, I'm not going to settle. You already settled.
You know, as far as her, you know, not settling and her just feeling like she's entitled to that caliber of man, it's interesting to me that a lot of women think like this, because I didn't really think like this until I started watching this type of content. But I'm starting to realize that us women, we really are just spoon-fed our whole lives, and we're just told, you're a queen, you're a princess, you're this, you deserve the whole world. Not realistic, because we can't just expect to get the world and not put in the work ourselves and put in that effort and on a daily basis go hard after what we want. So if you're not doing anything to better yourself, whether it's, you know, your physical appearance or it's your inward, you know, you can't have this hard exterior that she kind of, you know, had and be competitive and expect a man to want to deal with that.
Yeah, that reminds me of the conversation I literally had last night with a mom. She used to be a single mom, right? You can go check it out. It's called Dating Single Mothers, I think, something like that. But anyways, she used to be a single mom, and she talked about the work that she realized she needed to do for another man to take her seriously as a single mom in a relationship. Here's the truth, right? That lady in the video has 2 kids by 2 different guys. That right there, you should be doing extra. Because if you're coming with 2 kids, you're forcing another man to settle for you. Because ideally, a man wants to have his own kids, right? He wants to start his own family. And so you want somebody else to settle for you and your kids, and you're not willing to settle. But I like that point you made a lot of the times. Yes, women go through this life getting told, you know, you're a queen, you deserve the world, and you don't have to work for anything. And then when it comes down to cooperating with a man, they've never done it. It's something that's completely new to them, and they're used to getting their way all the time. And now we have women who think it's insulting to say you're playing the background when that's the natural role.
That's so weird to me, because I don't know your religious background or beliefs, but I'm a Christian. And in the Bible, the only being that is compared to the word help other than the Holy Spirit is the woman. So biblically speaking, that's literally why we're here, is to be a support system to the man. So that's not to say we have no purpose or we have no role, but I feel like that's an important part of who we are. And more women should embrace it, even if you're not religious, you know, that's just what I believe. But it's just a natural role to just be beside your man, let him lead. And I feel like it's more comfortable, honestly, when it's like that. Why would you even want to be right beside him? Why? Like, you get to be relaxed.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know, and you're feminine. He's, taking care of the business, and you're chill. So it's like, why are you fighting to be right beside him? I don't know. That's weird to me.
Yeah, it kills me when I hear a woman say, "Oh yeah, I want to be fighting right there with my man." That's masculine energy. That's masculine energy. And if they don't realize this stuff, a lot of these women aren't going to get a man, unfortunately. They will die alone. And, it's sad, but that's the sad reality. It's a breath of fresh air, though, to have someone like you on the channel who can see things a little bit differently.
Thank you.
So now that I know that you are somebody who wants to be in your feminine, have no problem with that, now I'm curious. How was your first kind of experience listening to that type of content?
So, like most people, I started with the average at best because it was trending, obviously. So, I'm a woman, so I understand. I know a lot of women might call me a pick-me, but I understand how women think.
Fuck 'em.
So, I'm sorry, it cut off?
I said, fuck them all. Just kidding.
No, I love my sisters. But so I saw the clip and I was like, what? Oh my gosh. Like, that was just so, I've never heard anyone talk to a woman like that, on a platform, because it's always like a man pandering to a woman. So I was like, let me check this out. And then when I watched the whole video, I, realized she was not at the right show. She was calling, she was being a little bit rude. And then, she wasted his time. So he got a little bit, blunt with her, and she didn't care for that. And a lot of people reacted from the little bit that they saw, but I saw the whole thing. So after that, I was hooked, and I just watched, I've probably seen every video that he's ever
man,
posted.
I feel like watching Kevin Samuels' full videos can change a lot of perspective for a lot of women.
Yeah.
But what happens is that when they go watch those small clips, they get so triggered that they just don't know, there's no rationality there. They don't think, let me go find some context, of what happened in that conversation. A lot of people that disagree. So right off the bat, you did your own homework and kind of were open-minded to that.
Yeah, and I think that's what you should do before you pass judgment on someone. You shouldn't just see a 3-minute clip and be like, oh, he's trash. You need to go see the whole thing and then make a judgment, in my opinion.
And so did you get to that last part, when the friends started talking in the background of the video?
I did.
So I'm supposed to be miserable.
No, you're supposed to be an adult.
Okay.
Bro, hang up on that nigga, man. He trash.
I'm listening. I just want
Who is this? Is that Big Shirley?
He said, "Is that Big Shirley?" You know he talks shit. That's him.
I mean, I'm trash. See, that's what I'm saying. This woman, this so-called woman, supposed woman can say I'm trash. What if I said this wrong, Big Shirley? Bring the facts, the data, the statistics. Don't bring your trash ass attitude and take your bonnet off if you're gonna get on here.
Bitch, I don't want to hang up on that fucking.
Yeah, that's what, and see, and that's what I mean. That's all you gotta do. That's comes out to bitches and everything else. That's why your fat ass gonna die by yourself.
And here's the thing, man, like, that's what people like to focus on. But at the end of the day, she was being like interrupting their conversation from a distance and talking about hang up on him, this and that. And he called her Big Shirley now. That was hilarious. What'd you think of that?
No comment on the Big Shirley, but I think he made an excellent point after they hung up that single women keep women single. So if your friends are acting like that, you know, it's kind of a reflection of you. I tell women all the time when they want to go out and meet a nice man, really watch who you bring with you, because if they're not approachable, neither are you. So if she's going to go be like, oh, hang up on that, you know, N-word and he's a B, like that was so rude and unnecessary. So of course he was going to hang up on them and, you know, poke fun at them because she was being rude first. And
she cursed him out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, you said something there I just want to touch on, so important, because I've experienced this. You can have like, you know, a really cool chick that you see, you know, you like her demeanor, you like her, then you have like her bitchy friend, right, who's right there, complete turn off for the girl that you even want to talk to, for a lot of guys. So yeah, guilty by association, that's a real thing.
Yes,
you know,
for
a lot of women. Cut off those friends, man. Cut off those friends who are not, if you're the type of person who understands like, hey, if you're going to want a man and you're going to want to cooperate with a man and you want to embrace your femininity and you want to be cooperative and you don't want to end up like the woman who was calling into Kevin Samuels, then you're going to have to also cut off those toxic friends. That's a good point. I think this is the same thing for men out here. If you're on your shit, on your purpose, you know, you're about focus and improvement, you're going to have to cut out men out of your life who are not about that, because they're just going to slow you down from your purpose overall. Megan, it's been a pleasure having you. Thank you for joining us at the No Cap Show.
Thank you.
And of course, like, usually this is the part where I'm thinking like, I can't wait to see the comments because they're going to roast this chick. But you know what? For the first time, I'm like, hey, this was really cool. Right?
It was my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
No problem. And I've honestly had a few other people who kept it legit. So appreciate you. No cap. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button down below. Also, let us know what you guys thought of the conversation. My name is Chisha Zed. We're out. Until next time, peace.